Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Ruth Mitchell. I'm the editor of the Wholesaler magazine. Now, just about a year ago, when COVID-19 hit our shores and business and day-to-day life changed, I reached out to industry leaders to hear how they were navigating the business terrain. Jack McDonald, president and CEO of Matco Norca, a supplier of globally sourced, code-compliant plumbing and PVF products for use in residential, commercial, and industrial applications, heeded my call. We kicked off our Off the Cuff podcast series discussing the economy, our industry's business climate, and above all, safety to customers, employees, and the community. Now, so much has happened since last year, and we wanted to know what the horizon looks like now for Matco Norca. A little background. The company started in 1952 as a pioneer in sourcing valves. Since then, it has grown to be one of the largest independent sourcing companies that markets Matco Norca branded fittings, pipe nipples, valves, and plumbing specialties to wholesalers serving contractors and municipalities throughout the United States. Headquartered in Brewster, New York, Mr. McDonald also oversees its sister company, SVF Controls, with its focus on valves and actuators. Now, so much has happened since last year, so let's just pick up our conversation from where we left off. Jack, welcome.
Thank you, Ruth.
Well, Jack, thank you for being here today. You know, in our original and inaugural podcast, our discussion covered the gamut from shutting down the offices and workers going remote, the challenges and successes of a remote workforce, the art of customer service, and the art of taking care of employees and customers. You know, not to mention our industry and the U.S. economy has changed so much in 1 year. Jack, tell me, how has business been for Matco Norca, and how has it changed over the last year?
Well, Ruth, it's been a wild year and a half, and it reminds me early in my career when I was at a conference and we were going through maybe a downtime in the U.S. economy, and this gentleman got up and spoke, and he said, when things are out of your control, you have to apply re. And I really didn't understand what he meant, and then he went on to explain what is re. And the gentleman explained that re means reorganize to become better, and that's exactly what we did at Matco Norca. We reorganized to become more adaptable in a very rapid fashion. We relocated our employees at home so they could do their work, and many didn't even have internet connections or even a laptop. We had to set up all this kind of stuff. We reshuffled our workforce into 2 shifts at all our facilities. And we did that just to mitigate the spread of the virus if someone would be infected. We reconfigured our workspace to abide by CDC guidelines. You know, we didn't allow our drivers to come in the building or even customers doing will call. They had to stay outside, which we really didn't like, but again, just trying to mitigate the spread of the virus. And then we reconnected with our customers, our reps, our factories like never before via Zoom and Teams calls and podcasts and FaceTime and video conferencing and training remotely, all vehicles that we really never used before.
I like the expression re, because it's really about reinventing the way that we go about doing things. You know, we all had to pivot and make changes. And I remember our conversation when you had said to me, Ruth, the first thing we had to do is buy laptops for everyone, and you know, the flooding of the market trying to find laptops. So we've come through, you know, a little over a year here of redoing our traditional way of doing business. And it looks like we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And in-person events are slowly coming back online and taking place. You know, how's your sales team dealing with meeting customers? You know, describe to me, we know how the process has changed, but what are they doing now for the reintroduction, we could say, back into the way business used to be?
Well, it was very awkward at first. I mean, we were fumbling on Zoom or Teams calls. We were much better at meeting in parking lots or a picnic table if the weather was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But our sales force are thrilled to be seeing customers, for really the first time in over almost a year and a half, and attending industry events. As for what's changed, I'll say that one of the things with Zoom or a Teams call, you can't wing it like going to see a customer. And what I mean by that is you have to set up an appointment, first of all, with a definite start time and a stop time. You can't say, oh, the traffic was bad, or, oh, I was just in the neighborhood. You have a specific reason to call. You need to be organized. You need to be prepared. You need to be focused. I think it's a lot like your speech class in college. Sure, you had people that would wing it, but you also had people that were very prepared, would come in, would have their notes, would have it, and if it was a 2-minute speech, at a minute 59, they were done. They were well prepared. They were focused. I think that it has taught us, it's made us better with customers. We're more focused on data. And as a result, we've become much more analytical. We realize that we can't walk through a customer's warehouse right now and look at maybe holes that they have, or maybe products that they're buying from brand X or one of our competitors. You have to do the research via your own data to find out what they are and are not buying from you. Again, you can't wing it like a lot of times we used to do in the past.
It sounds like maybe I always say that there's a silver lining to every cloud. It sounds like this might be the silver lining. It gets your team more connected now with your customer. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with it. And especially as you set up something maybe routinely to check in with people, customers, reps, contractors, specifiers, and you have to be prepared to talk to them. It's how you do. Oh, I'm fine. How you surviving the pandemic? We're all okay. Okay, here's what I'm here to talk about.
Right.
Boom. So I think they are better, and they're much more prepared and focused than they've been in the past.
I liked how you said that your team would meet with folks out in parking lots. That's actually a first time that I've heard that, and it makes sense, and I really like it. It's the way to stay connected, albeit responsible with keeping distance for the COVID-19 protocols. But at the end of the day, I know that you and your team there at Matco Norca are always hand in hand and partnering with your customers and the do what it takes attitude. So we've talked about where we've been. We've talked about where we are right now. What new opportunities do you see on the horizon coming out of COVID-19?
Well, I think because we've had more time to train some of our customers, train our employees and reps, we've been able to talk more about the breadth of the Matco Norca and SVF product lines.
Mm-hmm.
So they really understand all we have to offer, or maybe better understand what we have to offer. Also, internally, it's enabled us to step back and find missing pieces in our portfolio, and where we never really had time to research it before, and then offer a new product at a much faster rate than we have. We did the analytics. We know we should have had it. We think this is the opportunity. Let's move forward.
Well, that's, that was one thing on my mind here is, what's next for both Matco, Norca, and SVF? And it sounds like product development is at the forefront. Would that be correct?
New product is very, very big for us. It always has been, and it slowed at first, but we're back. We're back on it to try to have stuff come out at a more rapid fashion. Just some other things that's new for us. We will be having new websites for both Matco Norca and SVF.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be much more user-friendly and much more useful. E-commerce initiatives will go along with that. Online inventory lookup, online ordering capabilities. And then really back to the just reacquainting ourselves in person with our customers as things begin to return to normal.
Well, Jack, a new websites and e-commerce, those are two huge initiatives. So I applaud you and the company and the team on that one, and excited to see when those are going to be officially unveiled. Customer service, we always know at the end of the day, is what sets people apart. So what did you and the team at Matco Norca and SVF learn from your customers during your most recent round of customer calls?
Well, I guess the first thing, and it's with the last line I just gave you, everyone wants things to return back to normal. And there's a lot of excitement that things are coming back. And I'll say that, number two, the mood is very optimistic right now. And the business is good. People are busy. They're enjoying this time right now. And then the third thing, price changes and supply chain shortages are industry-wide and very prevalent right now, and it's affecting everybody.
That is impacting everyone. I completely understand that, and that's when it's most important to have those connections between not only manufacturers and suppliers with distributors and their customers. It's what's going to get everybody through this and to the next step. So I'm gonna ask you one last question here. Is, looking forward, what are your two top priorities?
Well, Ruth, I can't just have two.
Jack, tell me four.
Well, I'll compromise. I'll go three. But the first one is getting out. We've been home, and now some of us are working from our offices, but getting out, seeing our customers, going out and seeing our employees, our reps, our factories, our industry contacts. I mean, we can't wait to start doing that again when back to normal again. I'll also say for us, it's going to be staffing. I'm very proud to say that at Matco Norca, no one was released or laid off during the pandemic.
Wow.
But we did have a hiring freeze, and just through normal attrition, some people left with retirement or to do something else. So we need to staff up on some of the key positions here, and we've already started doing that. And then the third thing would be, again, with the supply chain shortages, just to rebalance our supply. And because even Matco Norca, who we've always prided ourselves on the deep inventories, we've come up short in the last couple of months as demand has come back so strongly.
Well, and if that's a problem to have, in a way that's a good problem, it's exactly what you said. It shows that we're coming back and we're rebounding and we're moving forward. And I'm happy to hear about all the new initiatives that are taking place at Matco. At the end of the day, it all makes us stronger, and the ties between suppliers and distributors get that much stronger as well. Jack, I really appreciate you joining me here today and showing me, a slice of what's happening at Matco Norca. I'll end our conversation by saying I look forward to seeing you and the team on the road here, hopefully sometime within the next few months.
We do as well. Thanks for your time, Ruth. And I'm not sure what the first event I'll see you at, but I look forward to it.
Well, it'll be sometime this year. Jack McDonald with Matco Norca, thank you very much.
Thank you.